let's get to this one because this is hypocrisy at its finest. And like Mark Carney's cabinet is an absolute mess. People keep telling me Mark Carney's smart, but based on his cabinet picks, I think he's an idiot. Gregor Robertson, the former mayor of Vancouver, who oversaw the explosion in housing prices in Vancouver, this is from Blacklock's, but it first broke in The Breaker by Bob Mackin. Housing Minister Gregor Robertson attempted to hide millions worth of investment property from MPs, according to British Columbia land titles uncovered by The Breaker News. Robertson would not discuss his real estate dealings when questioned in the House. This is wild. Robertson had investments in at least 3 properties, reported Bob Mackin. Tax assessors put the combined value at $11 million. He owns a 2024 built house in Tofino, BC. That's, by the way, Gregor Robertson is also a climate fanatic. So if he lives in Vancouver proper, that's a bit of a jaunt to get to the far side of Vancouver Island to Tofino. And then an undisclosed interest in a lakeside property in Squamish. The Squamish property at Levitt Lake is assessed at $5.6 million and is a 2-story home on 17 acres. Separately owned, a company that Robertson registered in 2020 called 11 Otters Investment Inc. is listed as, you know what, this guy, he's using these real estate holding companies to get around taxes. I suppose just like his boss. Anyway, it's a company he registered in 2020 called 11 Otters Investment, is listed as the owner of a nearly $3 million assessed 11-acre property on Pacific Rim Highway near Cox Bay and Tofino. He loves the Vancouver Island. According to the report, Robertson's penthouse near English Bay in Vancouver was assessed at almost $2.4 million. He does not live in his riding. Amazing.
Sheila, as egregious and outrageous as that story is, I'll tell you what's even further beyond the pale. Maybe I'm just an old dinosaur, but I remember back in the day when a story breaking a scoop like that would mean that the next day or just later that day, the minister would have a press conference and submit his resignation. That's how bad this is. And that does not happen anymore. It just does not. There is no honor as far as I'm concerned.
No. If that were, I mean, first of all, if that were a conservative cabinet minister, he never would have been a conservative cabinet minister based on his, based on his history of being at least responsible in no small part to that housing problem in Vancouver proper. But then having all of these real estate holdings, these things would have been declared to the ethics commissioner or should have been declared to the ethics commissioner. Looks like he didn't. What is he going to pull? Is he going to pull a Bill Morneau and say, I forgot about that French villa I owned with my curly fry heiress wife of the McCain family? Like, is that what he's just going to pull and say, well, I just forgot. I didn't declare $10 million in property holdings. How do you forget $10 million in property holdings?
Well, if there's only one way I could think of, Sheila, that he's a multi-billionaire, then 10.4 million is chump change you find in the sofa. But you're absolutely right. Yeah. Those are huge numbers. He should resign. He should never have been given that portfolio in the first place. But there seems to be a pattern by Carney that he's following Trudeau of giving some of the dumbest Liberal MPs cabinet positions. I don't get it, Sheila.
Yeah, his immigration minister is a total idiot. His environment minister is a total idiot.
Public safety?
Public safety, absolute moron. And, you know, with ties to terror organizations, doesn't know the gun file. Yeah. And now our housing minister is, I guess, a real estate mogul who forgot about his real estate holdings. What else is he forgetting to do?
Unbelievable. Incredible.
Oh, hi, it's Ezra Levant here in Toronto with an important message because we need your help. Independent journalism in Canada is under attack. Government censors, big tech deplatformers, and the dying legacy media are all working together to maintain exclusive control on the information you receive. They don't want you to hear other voices like ours, and they really don't want you to be informed and to think for yourself. That's why the work we do here at Rebel News is so important. Our on-the-ground reporting, independent news shows, and special content you won't find anywhere else. It's all designed to give you trustworthy information and alternative viewpoints so you can decide for yourself. We don't get government money, and we are not owned by some big global conglomerate. We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com.